Spencer, got a bit of information overnight about Fury Joshua. I mean, everybody's probably sick to the back teeth of this. When is this going to be announced? When is this fight going to be announced? Shall I tell you what we know at this end, Spencer?
Yeah, please. Yeah, it's yeah, I'm interested to know, Jim.
Okay, overnight, this is what I heard, Spencer, that the fight itself has not been signed yet by the fighters. It's not all signed up yet, but that should happen in the next few days. But they will then spend some time negotiating what they call this site fee. But that's not going to be agreed until potentially later this year, maybe November. So we're looking at Fury Joshua at the tail end of the year, Spencer.
Yeah, so I've heard, Jim, something slightly different. You know, I've heard that, yeah, the contracts haven't been signed yet.
Yo, guys. Hola, mi gente. For all my Spanish speakers out there. So, guys, Jim White reveals as he works on TalkSport, and he was speaking to Frank Warren on the phone, and breaking news that this fight, Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury, could be pushed back till November. They seem to be having issues with site fees, but Frank wasn't able to say too much, as he said he has signed a confidentiality clause, so they can't speak a lot. But they said there's a lot of different countries still involved, interesting places, but due to COVID, a lot of things are messed up for certain countries. Also, with having it in Saudi in June, Ramadan is then, you know, happening, so that could affect.
November. The fight probably won't happen until November. Am I right with that information?
I can't. We've all agreed at the moment, as I mentioned to you earlier, Jim, that we cannot. I can't break a confidence that I've agreed with everybody. That we will, what we announce will be simultaneous. All I can say to you is that everything is agreed. It's an imminent announcement, and obviously we've got to work on the site, and that's it. And obviously we've got to get to the expectation levels of as to what both the fighters want to fight each other.
So
it's moving it's absolutely moving in the right direction, and everybody is on the same page.
What detail can you give us about the imminent announcement?
I can give you the detail that is imminent.
Frank says that everyone's on the same page. Don't sound like Tyson Fury. Don't sound like Tyson Fury's on the same page. But I've realised Tyson Fury's he's blagging it. He's blagging it because yesterday when he was on MTK, when he was live at some fight and some event that MTK was holding, the lads interviewed Fury, and he was like, nah, he looked very svelte, very slim, almost quite skinny. And he was like, oh, I'm not even training. Like, I'll beat Joshua drinking 14 pints, like, whatever. And then he goes, yeah, I just haven't been training for a couple of months now. Not that looks like it. And then they was like, you know, and they got onto the topic of sparring. And it was like, when's the last time you sparred? And he dropped himself in. He went, yesterday. And then his face was like, yeah, yesterday I did a little bit. See, already a liar. So what it is, Tyson Fury is on the same page. He is training for the fight. He dropped himself in it. I'm going by what Frank's saying. I'm not going by what Tyson Fury's saying. Like Anthony Joshua said, go and do all your showy stuff. You open the show, mate. You're the warm-up. And then I'll just have to close the show, which I see that's going to happen. So I just think that, guys, let's not take what Tyson Fury saying as, but this is a bit of a that it will happen in November, but that will bring it to 11 months since AJ's last fight, and that would bring it to nearly 2 years for Tyson Fury inactivity. So what do you reckon he would have to get in? He would have to get a tune-up in. I would say get one fight on his contract, do a tune-up, and then the second fight would be the Joshua thing, and then he'd be out of the contract with Arum, you know, and he could be a free agent. He'd probably ride off into the sunset. So guys, that's it for the updates. You can hear these little audio excerpts. I don't know if I've already put them before, or if I'm going to put them after, or do both, whatever. Yeah, so Tyson Fury, AJ fight, maybe push back until November.
Two-fight deal, Frank.
It is. I mean, we've already had that out there, so I'm not breaching any confidentialities. You know, that's out there, and it will be a 2-fight deal. Yeah.
So it's a 2-fight deal, 50-50 in the first fight, 60-40 in the second.
The numbers are a confidentiality clause in the contract, but it is what it doesn't matter really what it is, as long as they get it on. That's all we're moving towards.
I take it the numbers are mind-boggling, though, Frank. Is that right? We hear an imminent announcement. Are we talking that each fighter would earn something between 75 and 100 million?
Please God, they do.
Because the fighters here, with all due respect to you and Eddie Hearn, the promoters, it's the fighters who are going to make massive money in this, aren't they? Yeah,
of course it is, and that's how it should be. You know, they're both, respective champions. Between them, the 4 belts are on the line, and they should earn a lot of money. This is a career-defining fight for them, for both of them. And the winner of this will hold the 4 belts. And
you go, Miss LadyChann, nonetheless, come box with Shan. Gun!